Everyone, my name is Ashley Shaw and I'm the founder of the Fitness Leader Institute and Business Bootcamp. And I am here today to talk to you guys about why 2020 is going to be different for you, different in your business, different for you in your day-to-day life, and different in the direction that you go. So we're officially 28 days into the next decade. And it's really, really hits home when you think about that. It's a brand new decade. And if we want something different in our business and our lives, the mindset that got us to where we are now will not get us to that next level. If you look around you at everything that you have in your life right now, it's a summary of your beliefs up until this point. So in order to get to that next level in whatever it is that you dream of, you need to continue to evolve your mindset to get to that next level. And something I want to address here is about you doing less of everything and thinking more about what's called your 5%. So most of us go into business and we think, okay, I have this huge to-do list of things and I need to start tackling that to-do list. Yet when you really boil down what that to-do list is and what your checklist is, you should really only be touching 5% of it. Those tasks are the revenue generating tasks, because if you look at that whole list, not everything on that list is pushing people to check out on your share a cart page or whatever vehicle you use to drive people to purchasing a product from you. There are a couple of main things that you should always be doing in your business and that you should be prioritizing first. Now, I think probably if you guys take a wild guess here, you know what the first one is, and maybe it gives you a bit of a slimy feeling. I'm just taking a guess here. That thing is selling. And that happens in a lot of different ways. But the number one thing, if you pull out your calendar and you only have time to do one thing in your business, it is selling. Now, what I mean by that is it's putting yourself in an opportunity that you get in front of your ideal customers most often. So maybe that's a joint venture. Maybe that is following up with inviting messages. Maybe it's getting in your inbox and following up as well. There are many things that could fall under selling. Maybe you're doing a webinar, maybe you're selling a course, all of those sorts of things. But that is your number one priority in your business. And that takes up some of that 5%. That should be the biggest priority. And oftentimes I think what happens is that we tend to be like, oh, I got to go on social media. That's part of my duties. No, like unless you're selling, yes. But if you're not, and you're just going to social media to scroll and engage, let's just have an honest chat here. Engagement doesn't lead to sales. We think that engagement might help our profile and get us in front of the right people. I just want you to get there quicker. And the shortcut is, if it's not selling, it's not on your to-do list. In this case, when we're talking about the 5%. Okay, let's talk about some other things that are on that top 5%. Creating content only you can create. Like, I couldn't outsource this. Going live, sharing with you guys the messages of 16 years of fitness and sales experience. And this piece of hair right here, I don't know what it's doing. Just gonna tuck it behind there. No one else can do that for me in my business. It can't be outsourced. So I am the one that has to show up with the content, just like you are the one that has to do your Facebook lives. You have to do your Instagram lives. You have to be at the photo shoot. You can't outsource that stuff, right? So you have got to be the one driving content only you can create. The other one I'm going to throw in here is creating and studying copywriting. Copywriting is the ability to take people through your words and move them through their emotions. So when someone reads what you put out there, you have to be in tune enough with your ideal customer to know what they need to hear in order to move forward in their business. So that, for me in my business, like the copywriting piece of knowing my ideal customers better than anyone else, that's on me. That's not on my team to figure out and do. That is on me. So it's not that I do every single bit of writing in my business, but I know my ideal customers best. So everything goes through that filter. Does it apply to them or does it not? And that's the same with you. You know your customer best. So when it comes to tweaking and editing your material, like you've got to put it through that lens of you knowing that customer best. Another thing that falls into that 5% is face of the business. We talked about Facebook Lives, but there's other things too, right? Like I couldn't send someone else to get on an application call for my mastermind. That's not going to work. Just like you can't set a call up with somebody else that is not you to work with you. It has to be you. So guys, that's how I want you to start filtering what you're doing in 2020. And I get it. Maybe you're thinking, oh, well, I just, Ashley, that's all great, but I don't have enough money to get a VA. Or Ashley, I just don't have enough time to, do this. Well, if that's the problem, like, let's be honest, like the problem is you're taking on too many things and you need to be delegating more. That's just the truth of that if time is the issue. Now, let's say it's money. Well, here's the thing. I want to ask you, in your business now, how does your bottom line look? Because if it's not where you want to be, you need to be doing more high-level tasks and outsourcing the stuff, the day-to-day posting, the day-to-day challenge group posts, like whatever it is that is sucking up your time, someone else can do it for you. It doesn't need to be you. The biggest thing that you can do in your business is drive those sales forward and start tracking. If you maybe don't know from that list I've just given you, start tracking what are the things that normally help me get my sales up at the end of the month. Like, let me just give you guys a quick sneak peek into what I do at the end of the month, because it's really important. It really drives a business forward. Like if I don't get people knowing about what is starting at the beginning of February, then I'm going to have a really hard time getting people halfway through the month. Just like for you, when you start a challenge group, if you don't have those people in your group at the right time, it's really hard to get them in after it starts, right? So I always like to think of it in this sense. I need to have touch points on my stories. So that's going to be Facebook and Instagram. And I'm not going to lie, like Facebook Lives are way more my comfort zone than Instagram Lives. But I still do it because I know it's really important. And some people, that's just how they find me, is on that platform. So make sure you're doing your lives. The other thing is that you definitely want to be posting every day and telling people what you have coming up. You can do that through curiosity marketing, like behind the scenes. Guys, I'm so excited about this. It's coming up. And like more direct calls to action. You need to email them. Like this is where I think a lot of coaches, sometimes maybe they don't know what to say, but they don't do this. And it's so, so valuable. Like you should be emailing your people, letting them know that your challenge group is closing. You could email them today, tomorrow, and like some people email them 4 times in the last day. I'm not saying go and do that. You gotta gauge what's good for you. But sending out those emails to let people know your challenge group is closing, or that you're starting a new group, however you sort of close your month, it's really, really, really important. That's a high level task that if you don't have someone writing your emails or doing that, like you gotta figure out a way to get it done. And it doesn't matter what that looks like. You either hire someone, you just sit down and do it. Just get it done, because every email you collect is worth $5. I promise you that. Every email you collect. So guys, those are some of the things I really want you to think about. And I'd love for you to comment below, what is your 5% and what do you need to start doing more of? That is the key to success. I promise you. I used to work 30 and 40 hours a week from home, working on my business, doing like all the tasks. I tried to do everything. I was, updating my course content. I was, sending all the emails. I was doing all my social media posts. I was trying to do it all. And guess what? The things that would drive revenue in the business, I wasn't doing an excellent job of. Therefore, it impacted my bottom line. And then I found a team. I hired people to help. I found some incredible, incredible virtual assistants. And now, like, I not only get to help them and train them up and teach them and work with them, and I find so much value and fulfillment in working with a team, but I'm in my zone of genius every single time I tune into my business. And guys, that feeling and the power of doing that, it will never, like, there's nothing more important that you can do in your business than outsource the stuff you're not good at and really hone into the 5% of your business. So drop it below, guys. What are you going to do more of? What's your 5%? Let's get this year started off on the right foot with exactly what you need to do to be successful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your week is off to a great start, and we'll talk to you soon.